Hello! Today, I want to get ahead on my work for this upcoming week and take some pressure off by building a ton of Gwent decks right now. I have no idea if any of these are good. I don't even know if they'll make YouTube. They all might be beautiful disasters. But, wanted to sit down, make some cool decks, and we'll just chat, talk about what I'm doing, and maybe tell some stories. I don't really know. We'll see how you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments after the video. Don't just like rush in there and say, John, everything you do is amazing! You know, actually, let me know. So let's get down to business, shall we? What should we start with? Let's see if we can make maybe every faction should get maybe 1 to 2 decks per faction. Let's start. We'll do some. Yeah, we can do Wild Hunt. Have I done Wild Hunt this patch? Like, if I've done Wild Hunt, obviously it doesn't give you guys a lot of value to do it again. Don't see any Wild Hunt. I did a Maddock Cataclysm deck at the end of September. Interesting, but nothing Frost related in a long time. Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead then, in that case, revisit Frost. Aridin, Aridgave, I can't believe this card's now playable. I hate it so much every time I see it. I don't have 2 Naglfar's crew? That's a mistake. I don't know if you guys ever get this. I always get really annoyed when I have multiple bronzes that don't have premium. Mostly because like I have so much scrap and keys or like I should have them all being nice and aligned. Let me tweak my light settings real quick as well. You can tell this is a casual video because I've changed my mind. We're just gonna look. Yeah, it doesn't look better. I look like a little bit like a snowman, but that's okay. That's okay. One thing I always find a little sad when I'm building a Frost deck like this is Devotion is where you're gonna go, but every time I see Avalok sitting there, I'm like, oh, it's a 12 for 10 that spawns Frost. 12 for 10 that spawns Frost? You gotta be kidding me. But alas, we can't run it. Ooh, Cranthir has always been this like weird one for me. He's Wild Hunt, isn't he, guys? Isn't he Wild Hunt? Why don't we sub him in? So if I was running Cranthir, I still need Gills to find Aridgave, so we're still running on Naglfar. Mine is relevant Immorphs and Wrath. This kind of, I love this package just because if you're going Devotion monsters, it's hard to kill things that are tall, and this just solves it, and it's lovely. Got a bit of thinning, that makes sense to me. These are incredible, right? They're basically 8 for 4s because we're gonna almost always have Frost when we play them, which will trigger the White Frost passive because they're Wild Hunt. Wild Hunt down, we go tall enough. Now most of the time you do Mamuna. I wonder if that's really right. Like, Point Slam, it's a thing. Wonder if that's really right. Like, Mamuna is kind of a boring card. I mean, it probably is right, but God, it's so boring. So let's look at the Devotion idea. Some people seem to really like putting in like, oh, Devotion, gotta get Unseen Elder, but this card's like Worst Beast. I'm not a believer in it, but I am a believer in Beast. I really like that card in general. Believer in Parasite. Good at getting me Devotion. Like, if we lose the Devotion, or not Devotion, Dominance. If we lose Dominance on Wild Hunt, very easy to get it that way. But also, I'm already killing all my opponent's stuff slowly but surely. I don't really need to rush to kill more of it, do I? Wonder if I go for a more mid-range-ish feel. Like, getting more, like, the mid-range engines, such as Beast Phantom, if that's going to be the best approach here. Might be. We go for Ancient Foglet. I haven't gone super hard on the Frost, though. Gotten super hard. 24, you can do some quick math here, right? Let's say I put in 2 4 provision cards. I have 18 then to work with, so I'm mostly looking at 2 bronzes, 2 powerful gold cards. Bronzes kind of be anything. There's nothing too critical here that must be in the deck. The 4-point removals might not be bad against meditating mages. I will say, yeah, actually, that's probably a fair point. That's actually perfectly fine, right? You keep natural selections. Just a little bit of small removal. It gives you a couple of drones in case you overkill. Because we're going to be chipping everything down to Frost. So let's say they have 3 units all at 2 points apiece. Well, we're not going to miss any value on natural selection. It's a very, very good 4 for 4 removal. Because yeah, I like it. Okay. You can tell my math earlier, 18 was wrong. 16 is the case. So you kind of get 2 options, 2 like decent golds, or you can go for like the big guns. Queen of the Night might not be terrible. It's just Purify's lovely. Dealing of Lock is good. But well, I think Cranthir is actually potentially fine here, right? Beast or that. Maybe I need to rethink this a touch. Back in my day, we could Cranthir a Yaga. Because we could Cranthir anything. Something like that, right? I didn't really think my targets here are good. I mean, I could judge. Is that too weird? So Koshi really loves Force of Nature, because Force of Nature just instant procs it. But I wonder if I run it in a deck with just like there's Imrith attracts so much removal because they all know Wrath's behind it. Aridin attracts a lot of removal. Auburn King. Now I got Beast and Phantom. The Beast is a great target to pair with Cranthir, because you can set up the Beast to chain off each other indefinitely, because one Beast will proc from like 3 to 5, then another one procs from 4 to 6, rinse and repeat. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful. Beautiful. But I really kind of want the second threat. What if I just ran Koshi? Alright, give us the 6. Koshi seems okay. 6, you're not quite what I'm looking for. How many spells do I have? Well, we're gonna go for the Koshi route. Probably don't want natural selections, because I probably need some bronzes that clap. It's all just up. Parasite seems fine. We will go for the removal there then. Two Kickamores is kind of tempting, low-key. And they're just high point cards. They can easily sneak me through a round. But really, the real value of the Kickamore here is it can proc Koshi and also soaks up removal, right? So if you're sitting on a card that can kill Koshi, or kill a 3 to 4 point card, it'll probably go to these Kickamores. They also, when seeing my opponent sees this, they'll be thinking Mamuna, and I'm gonna be like, nope. All right, cool. We'll call this Koshi Frost. We'll give this a go. Sometimes messing around with your opponent's hopes and dreams is fun. Next. All right, this is going to actually be a really long video. That was 7 minutes of just me building. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's see. So I saw this really weird Vampire Witch's Sabbath deck. I thought it was kind of cool. So let's check this out. Check this out. Right. Let's go to monsters, because you can only bring out monster cards of Witch's Sabbath. Well, if we're gonna be making a Witch's Sabbath deck, you probably want the Wisper's Tribute. It's just a great tutor for Witch's Sabbath because organic, and then boom, we have Parasite as well. Now we need cards to bring back, and instead of bringing back Kelly, it's very much a hey, if they kill Kelly, you lose the game. I saw somebody running things like Unseen Elder, which I think is still a bad card, but it's cool. Got the Debt Loft. They had things like Oriana. I wasn't sold on the Ori. Sold on the Ori. But I like the idea of bringing back these frustrating engines that just generate a lot of value very quickly by themselves. Nithril seems really good. What else? What else? Beast Phantom seems fine. Just bring back the value town here. No deploys. Then after this, I think I'll just run a really low point package. I wonder if you do something like Imarith, Aussie, Eager. Now, Eager and typically is hot garbage. Hot garbage. With Witch's Sabbath. As a result, maybe it's too much. Ozzy, the idea would be Ozzy could just remove it, but maybe that's too much. Maybe it is like Mamuna, 2 Archgriffins. And then we want to be thinking again, how do we get units to come back that are good? Okay, 2 of you seem fine. You're pretty low point. 2 of you seem good. I think 4 is going to be not the part. I think 5 and above is what I want to be bringing back here. There's an, let's see, do we really want to be Devotion? Or you just put the Conquerors in. I think it's fine. It's going to be Griffins or Conquerors getting triggered. Maybe Griffin. Is Carapace really right? The idea behind Carapace is, hey, once I get everything down, just protect the ones that you like that are coming back. Choices, eh? It really comes down to these Griffins. These Griffins are just staring at them like, Are they really the right idea? Okay. That's an interesting thought. So, maybe they are, and then we can bring back a card that people forgot a lot about, which are ghouls. Ghouls make a lot of sense here, actually. Because I can just remove the bronze cards I don't want back. Because obviously, I'd rather get something like a Detloff back. And get that engine online. And speaking of Detloff, let's get ourselves a Crimson Curse. Make sure we can really enable him. I'd rather get something like a Detloff back over a Griffin. But I don't want to lose the value on the Griffin. I do need to find a way to sacrifice something to Griffin, though. Or else it's just going to be super awkward unless I miss my Imra. Well, I would love to get Wrath in the deck. That would give us a little too much here. Well, now I have Crimson Curse. That's organic. I put it in because Detloff is in here. That gives us 16. That gives us the Force. Then we're going to look at the 4 package. I mean, there is a weird 4 package I could run. I could run 2 Warriors and 2 Night Wraiths. That's not really a package you're supposed to run, but I wonder if it'll be really good. I need a way. The other choice is 2 natural selections to get the drones I need. My thought was, hey, look, if this gets eaten, it spawns another 2, so 7 for 4, it's great. Warriors are fine. Rack of Spores are just better, though. That gives, let's get the natural selection. Maybe we'll trick our opponent by letting us use this. Probably definitely want a Squirrel, because I want to be able to remove stuff from my opponent's graveyard. Devotion, right. Well, Squirrel, overrated. No one ever loved it, no one ever will. Squirrels have been the arch nemesis of many future villains. Am I right? Voldemort? Somebody sicked a squirrel on him. That's right, they had an attack squirrel, attacked Tom Riddle. And that's how Harry Potter came to be. That's the full real life plot. I know you weren't expecting it, but I can guarantee you that's exactly what happened. You have my word. Looking out for the people. Yeah, sure. We'll probably have taller units in them if we're going to be smashing them with all this. I think I might have forgotten to adjust the advantage from last time. It'd be cool if there was more stratagems. Like something that would spawn units that immediately eat would be really cool. I would like that. Like something like something else like a caster Rack of Swarm would make me very happy as an ability. In this case, honestly, Magic Lamp seems good. The other one actually that is up for debate is Tactical Advantage. We want to make sure we have dominance for Wild Hunt Riders, but I'll just go Lamp. We'll keep it easy. We'll keep it easy. Coach G Frost. I didn't really think about this one. You know what? Ooh, do I have Nithril in here? I did not put Nithril in here. Yeah, we'll just spread out the points. I think Lamp is fine. Sure. Alright, let's look at that monster deck. What do we want here? People like unitless. I've never been a big fan. Those are 2 interesting monster decks. Yeah, let's put some normal realms. Maybe 2 faction, 1 or 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out. When I finally get burned out of building decks, we'll stop. We're 13 minutes in. We'll see. Now what? You know, I haven't really done an Orban Realm Witcher deck this patch. We'll do NR Witchers. I did Gatling Gun Witchers, the meme deck, and I had a really great time with that. Go and type in Witcher. What do I need for Witchers? I mean, you know, could be. It kind of feels like a Yurden meta, and maybe I'm crazy. The good part is Yurden's very much a tech card. Like you can tech it in and out of decks as you want it. So I'm not gonna be ultra attached to it, but it certainly isn't something I'm crying about. I love Griffin Witchers because if they don't have an answer to Crystal Skull, you just instantly win the rounds. Whoops, might as well get AA in there. Nope, not you. Crystal and AA. I'm gonna need. Did I get Selective Mutation or I totally pass by it, miss it? Well, I really like Trial of Grasses. This card's probably underplayed. Keep an eye on this. The ability to deal 6 damage to something that's not a Witcher is pretty much fatal to most important engines. So I really like it. I like it conceptually. The last time I played this, Cohen was surprisingly good. We'll need the Witcher Trio and Leo. Where are we at now? So it's a 5 and a bunch of 4s. Wait. Well, 4s. What do we got? I'm always been a sucker for a Cadwini and a Envoy. Fast, I confess. You. I'm I feel like there's so much graveyard hate that I don't need to run graveyard hate anymore. Like, it's kind of a paradox of, wow, people really like graveyard hate. So maybe not. Peller seems good. For 5, I'm sure I'm missing some important card that I'm going to play a game and really regret it. But until I find out what that important card is, put a boiling oil in the deck. Actually, that's a lie. Griffin Witcher Ranger could sneak his way in. I don't mind them as a random tech card. There's a lot of times this off of an AA can just close that around without much real investment. So I kind of like that. You could take some you could probably set it up with Griffin Witcher in round 1 or 3 to set up a Yurden. Choices. What will our final card be? You know what? Bro, congratulations. I really hate looking at this, and I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2 cards I obviously should be running, and someone somewhere in the world is crying right now saying, John, why? Why have you done this? Why have you forgotten this card or that card, or compared to your previous deck list? Why is this not there? And my answer is, we're gonna find out. You know, Inspired Zeal is really strong and boring, so let's go ahead and make a Soldier deck. What are the payoffs for Soldiers? Soldiers kind of deserve their own location. They're without a doubt the card type, one of the card types that CDPR has come to hate. I don't know why though. Soldiers feel very innocent. Well, we got Ronvid. Well, okay. You know, well, I like me some mobilization. What if we give me 2? Let's make a Reverend deck, guys. I haven't really done anything of the new Sabrina. Confess. It's kind of a sin. If you were to ask me, John, is it a sin not to use anything with the new Sabrina? It probably is. Well, let me go ahead and swap up the word damage. So we got Siege is wonderful. And where is... Sure. We'll run Sabrina's Inferno. It probably won't make it to the final list, but like... Okay. Why not? Damage. Let's get Siege in here. I always appreciated how strong Siege is these days. It's like a fun card to build with. I'll take 1 reinforcements. 2 megas. 1 Iteran, because Iteran's great with Siege. And Reverence. Might as well have fun with him. You know, then with Mobilization, I should be able to instantly proc. Megascopes can instantly proc them. Should not be too difficult here. Now what else do I need? Probably Redinian Archer seem like a good idea. They come down, they instantly start paying. Actually, do I prefer Griffin Witchers here? I probably prefer it. No. Yeah, why not both? And then you have 19, and then, you know, then you know you have a problem immediately because something went wrong. Okay, so we have an immediate problem of holy cow, we have too much stuff. Ooh, you're reading really good. Drog's in there too. I don't have a lot of spawn at the bottom. Like, I feel like I need more wide units. So, usually when you want a lot of units that go wide, you probably want Queen Adele. And you want some 4 infantry, PFIs. Now, we're over by 8 provisions, but more importantly, 3 cards. We can do a lot of cutting here. You know what, Voimir, I like you, but not enough, not enough. It was a good first date, but the second date, little sus. You guys hear what I'm laying down? I think so. 11 left. We'll just kill out some of the weaker parts. And then we've got AA, and then all of a sudden we have a huge problem. Well, I've also gone Devotion, which has been a really great choice if I played Devotion cards in this deck. Griffin Witches are out. That's it. There we go. Done. Yeah, it looks good. So we got some Devotion payoff now, because why not? I got PFIs. They work really well with Queen. They work really well with Reverence. I did not end up going for the 2 damage offensive one, did I? Do I regret that? No. And then, but you know what I do regret, guys? I have these Megascopes here. Which means we're not doing that. We're going back to the Maulers. Actually, no, we're going for Bombardments, John. What are you doing? Damage? Beautiful. How does this look? Got some Siege. Doesn't really, it's just a good threat. Auto spawn. The only thing I'm feeling bad about is not having Troy, which means Sabrina's Infernos is gone. There's no way I'm not running Troy in this deck. Because he is just going to be so darn good with Iteran. Also, of course, obviously, well, probably Fally, right? Falibor, a little sus. I don't want to run. I don't like running Heatwave out or Neuromancy, or a really good way to thin my deck here. could do Prince. It's not a terrible offensive one, but I don't have anything to buff Prince. Like, I can't lay down a Radovid's back row, buff Prince, and go on the offensive for a solid amount of damage, right? 6, and can take a little bit of damage back. Shawnee, not quite what I want. Not quite what I want. Big Queen Meve. Bloody Baron might be right here. He's so sus. Well, you know what? I'll try him. Bloody Baron at least deals with tall units. We don't really have a good way to deal with tall units in the stack. It's a lot of poke damage. Trying to set up, and all of our poke is setting up the reverence here. I'll just go with this. This seems fine. What are we gonna call this thing? Dragon Siege, baby. Sure, seems good. Who knows what'll go? I mean, Sabrina's Inferno's there, or Sabrina's there. If the deck is successful, probably call it Sabrina something or another. Next is Scoia'tael. Scoia'tael, also known as that faction that somehow sees play. I like it. You know what? Dwarves. Dwarves. I don't know if a lot of people like dwarves. Like, I think people say like dwarves, but then they don't. A lot of people talk and say I like something and then they don't. I really like playing dwarves for the 2-0 style, the aggressive bleed, making it awkward for my opponent. It'd be kind of cool to play like a spell dwarf deck. But how would that look? Like, Zoltan's is a nature card. Tempering is nature. How would a spell dwarf deck look? Why would I run it? I mean, I run it for Gord, right? You'd run it for Gord. I feel like it takes the best parts of dwarves out, though, right? I'll try Carlo. I think he's a little overpriced. Few Marauders. I really like Dwarven Berserkers now. It'd be something like this, right? Except you didn't put in Herald John, dude. That's the whole point of the deck. Oh, Ficus would probably be out. Because maybe Brewer goes too. If I kick Brewer, we're going on 12. And the idea would be I'm just point slamming dwarves. I've been a scoundrel. We got all that dwarf tech, huh? Got that dwarf tech. And then you probably, what am I going for here? Just like good Scoia'tael spells. Force Protector's gonna sneak his way in. Probably kick Zoltan then. Gaping. What else do we want? Evolve is not terrible. But I like the idea of threatening. We do a really offensive here. I like Bountiful Harvest. Creates dual Bonthana, Elves, and those all are like high point, high threat cards. Is there really like Nature Rebuke, Circle of Lives? Okay, it's kind of coming together. So it looks kind of, a lot of kind ofs here, but this is kind of how I kind of think about it. Just trying to figure out what's gonna work together and what's not. I might remove the resilience package. The idea coming to my mind, where are you, Skags? Skags, my boy. Skags and I go way back. 1942. We were hanging out in Jamaica. It was a good time, good time. Go find me a pair of Dwarven Agitators, please. Thank you. I'm very glad that we have 12 provision open still. Maybe kick an Agitator? No. So I need to go high on John. Look at all that stuff. Oh, Simla seems like a no-brainer, eh? Simla sends her deck, gets us the Bountifuls. Well, maybe Skags is have a place in this. Some like weird Dwarven control. Because one of the things that's cool about Herald here is his value is great. Like if he's a 10 for 7, I'd run him. Like I would run a 10 for 7. Seems like solid value to me. Probably do want more anything. Maybe Fav makes it. Fine, I'll run Fav. I don't know if I like it. We're gonna call this Spell Dwarves. What a weird idea. Probably a failure. screams a failure to me, but like, never know to try. Dork was a dwarf. Make it a lot easier. Like, Isengrim's really bad here because we just have endless dwarves, no dryads, no elves, and I want to play spell dwarves, guys. I want to play spell dwarves. What else can we do here? God, I wish it would be like the most clickbait thing in the world. You know, take a look. I have an ethical off deck. Let's take a look at this. This was submitted by Germ, who is one of our Playing Talk family members. This was his ST Witcher list. At least I think his pronouns are as he and him. If they're not, and he watches this, please correct me. What a weird deck. Got the Mentor, got Mega Scopes for copying stuff. I have the 2 Saboteurs and don't have the Powder yet, which kind of hurts my soul. Just seeing having... Oh, it feels bad. I'm like a little sus. Actually, by a little, I mean a lot. Sunset's kind of cool, right? Because it's technically a Witcher. Is there any other interesting Witchers that are being denied here? I mean, Tech Witchers, which is what I think of as... When I refer to a Geralt, when I think about Geralt, I think of Tech Witchers. You tech it into your deck to kill something very specific. Oh, I have a premium one in there. Not having Berengar feels weird. I'll be really blunt. The Cat Witcher Saboteur also doesn't feel great. Well, nah, it really doesn't feel great because I'm gonna be slowly killing their stuff. Simlis doesn't have a backup target for Bountiful Harvest. Wow, this deck is so greedy. I don't know if I have to do anything to it for now. But like, Simlis not having a backup target. So if I get Bountiful Harvest in round 1 and need to play it, like Simlis just hurts. It hurts. It's a lot of provision to tie up. Running at depths. Is that really worth it? Like, I get you're trying to get maximize the value. I'm sus on... I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna leave the deck alone. We'll call this our second ST list. I'm pretty sure the Simlis Bountiful Harvest is incorrect. Specifically, you might actually just run Bountiful Harvest. It's an unbelievably powerful card. One of the best Discoitel has this as its at its disposal right now. But I'm not sure about Simlis. If I cut Simlis, I can get Berengar in there, and then I can cut like a Mega Scope. Never been a big fan on 2 of them unless I have an incredible copy target that's not an engine, that's just raw point slam like a Raging Bear or a Greatsword. But if I Mega Scope, I have to wait an additional 2 turns before a Cat Witcher moves one time, or wait 2 turns before a Sentry comes online. It seems like a lot of time to be missing witchery things, or not witchery things, engine-y things. I'm pretty sure cutting Simlis, adding in Berengar, cutting something else, and just like upgrading a card is correct. But we'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone. I will let the original Architect take a shot. No, I won't. No, I won't. I won't. I can't do it. Sorry. Kick the Simlis. Get me Berengar. Get me Berengar. Get me Berengar immediately. Berengar, my boy, get in here. Okay. Mega Scope 1 out. We have a 10 to work with. You're not Devotion. If I go up to 10, I can now attack in any of like the good Geralts. I'm actually kind of low-key a fan of Jurden, but we're gonna be dealing so much random damage and stuff. I'm more tempted to do like an Axie. It feels so much better. They play a big unit at the end, we can Axie it, and we can use stuff like Rain, Bearhead. I guess there's much better. Much better. Okay, that felt better. Alright, so we have we have 6 decks. And so I guess we're technically halfway there. What do I want to do here? Did I have anything cooking in the back kitchen already for... Not really. Not really. Onward, good old Skellige here. What should we do about Skellige? I've done like a actual like historical, like a Lippy list. Lippy just doesn't see much play anymore, eh? I mean, it used to be like the most powerful thing, and like back at Queen's Guard. That'd be a fun one. Shield Maidens they run, right? Yeah, and the Shield Maidens. Then people run Mega Scopes for them, but their point slam just isn't nearly as strong anymore. So if I had a Melusine, this might be a bit much. If I had a Melusine though, downside is there's a... Downside is now there's a good target for tall removal. And one of the benefits of Lippy is, hi, I'm Lippy. I don't run tall removal. And that always hurts to kind of get into that spot. Like, I don't really want to be the person getting stuck with that. Go ahead and draw this card package while I'm talking. I just thought of the stupidest idea. And I might try it. Is that too stupid? What if he ran Ryogan and just had Halmar on crate? The Ryogan was there for no reason. What if he just ran Ryogan to just exile him and smack for 8? Maybe. I think Raging Bear seems fine. We can just discard it if we don't need it. Fukusa, a little sus, or Neuromancy makes sense to me. I mean, normally you run Heatwave COC, but I'm gonna keep maybe Heatwave Melusine is right. Well, Villain Trenton is pretty cool. Normally running stuff like Solid Blood Totem, but I can get similar value off of Bill. Good old Bill. Bill. Do you guys know how Villain Trenton got his name? He used to star in B-rated action movies as the villain. Guess what the villain's name was? Trenton Murph. Hence, when that poor actor was transformed into a dragon, he took on the name Villain Trenton Murph. You're welcome. Fun facts of John. Let's carry on. And what do I want to do here? I mean, Blue Boy is the obvious Earth Sign Ritual target. Well, okay. So now I could play Iteran and then play Gremist and start purifying. Which means Gremist really likes alchemy cards. That's really good. Pair of Gutting Slashes ain't bad. Or a Gutting Slash. Okay. Something like this maybe. Not sure I love... Well, Majime is kind of interesting in Blue Boy, isn't it? Because I can play Blue Boy and Majime. Deal damage, trigger it. Majime gets what? 8 value? And potentially resetting this? Yeah, let's call that. Crazy Lippy is what I'll call this one. Seems interesting. Alright, what else are we gonna do here? You know what? I've been kind of wanting to do an Onslaught deck for a while. Back in my day, I used to run that Madoc and bombs. Because Madoc, like... something like that seems fine. 9 bombs a little heavy. Maybe we'll do 8. That seems better. And we do the beautiful surge damage. How are we gonna make this extra spicy? You know what? You know what we're gonna run, guys? We're running Artist. Artist, my boy. If we're gonna run Artist, we need a couple throwaway cultists, right? No, our throwaway cultists coming in hot. Savlon, Fanatic. Berserker's actually okay too, because at least I can play him for 6 if things are going poorly with Artists. When do they kill my Artist? That's a great question. Well, we're not going to let that happen, because we're going to play Covenant of Steel. And Melusine. And you know what? We're just going to run all the good gold cards. Fukuso gets in the deck. Do I need Neuromancy? Maybe not. Got these 2 Fanatics. What else do I want? 49 is a fair amount of provision, right? Because, like, if we round it up to 50, you can have 5 10 provision cards. Which means we still need some on the low end, but we can figure it out. And I realize now we didn't put any Roach or Knickers into our Lippy deck, but you know what? That'll be okay. I'm not going to stress that. Kami's not great here. Mana might be okay, actually. Just because if we get a longer round, we get more Onslaught charges. And so every time I whack, or, you know, every time I draw a card and the round gets longer, the more whacking I get to do. But the ba-dum. Give him that 1-2-1 left, right, left. What can I say, right? Gunod seems to make a lot of sense, actually. How much do I have left? I might just run the really standard Witcher Point Slam combo. The Dutch, 2 Bear Witchers, please. We're over by 1. Seems like a no-brainer to me. You kick out the Northern Wind, and it's a mum, and you call it a day. And you know what? We'll add in 1 Gutting Slash. That's just like a 6-point removal. Maybe 2 Gutting Slashes. There's so much graveyard removal. Maddock always dies. Maddock, Onslaught. Cool. Seems good. We're pretty weak against graveyard removal, but if they do play anything that's gonna mess up our graveyard, like a Xavier, probably only 1 shot. So Melusine, Artist, something like that's gonna live. Do I want... No, I think it's fine. I think Fukusa being our only real bringback is fine. Well, Right is really good. I feel like I tell you guys stuff and then I immediately change my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's more standard. 7 is usually pretty standard. 4 if you're just kind of baiting with Maddock. Usually run 4 D-bomb or 2 D-bombs, 2 Dancing Stars, but this is more Maddock dependent. And also, if we lose Maddock, Onslaught being able to turn these 4s into 5s is a big deal. 5s kills just about every good engine card in the game. Alright, we got 8 decks down. I'm out of water. It hurts my throat a little bit. Gonna eat the ice, guys, I confess. You know, I haven't done just like a straight up tactics deck in a long time. Saw some Enslave at the Open. I confess I didn't watch the Open, so don't get too excited about that. But would have been cool too. Life got busy. I like low-key running Treason because nobody runs Treason. It's kind of an insane thing. Glorious Hunt as well. You can hide, but not from the hunt. Alright, how many tactics are we running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more for 12. One more for 12. Sure. That seems fine. And then I might just run, maybe I just run the standard I steal all your stuff package next to it. Honestly, it'll be easier. I just type in Assimilate. A lot of tactics with Assimilate work really well. Let's go ahead and search for Disloyal now. Disloyal. Feels a little weird not to run the Blade Makers, John, doesn't it? Probably. I mean, the answer is probably you trim out some of the tactics. But 6 is so much more interesting than 5. I'd rather honestly. I think Enslave 6 is just more fun. You know what? Sure. Got Hefty in there. I love Hefty. Hefty and it's just a fantastic card. I feel good every time I play it. 2 damage with a shield is sick. Pretty darn sick. Alright. You have another Nilfgaard deck that's kicking around. I've had this for a while. Maybe I'll do this. Also from Germ. Germ is proving himself to be quite the interesting deck builder. Maybe I'll just run this one this week. It's crazy, crazy. Maddock, left double with Letho. And then a bunch of Master of Puppets. You Illusionist. You're trying to give your opponent a Master of Puppets by... Ugh, why? Wait, what? Germ, if you're watching this, what are you doing, man? Really? Really? Germ, look. I just... You couldn't find anything better than Ox? Really? Like, out of every card in the game, this is what you came up with? I mean, I guess it's a tutorable lock on Gwent, but like... Nothing? Not anything better? I mean, there is value to being found. Like even Ramon copying and fine, I'll run it. You know what? I've had this thing in my deck for like 2 weeks, and I didn't even trust you on the ST Witchers. I may be wondering, John, you know, you don't usually play a lot of decks from the family, and I agree. I actually don't typically take people's deck suggestions. Germ is getting pretty crazy. He's a pretty crazy deck builder. It's been catching my eye. And mind you, not every deck has worked out, but I respect somebody who's going hard with bold ideas. You know what? Screw it. I mean, you know what? Fine, jackpot. I always find jackpot to be super boring to build. You guys ready for how to build this? You go like this, and you just start clicking. You have a profit. You have a profit. You're a great card. We could run you. You're a profit. You know what? You're a profit. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna actually sneak in all of the profit packages. Who else is a good profit? That seems interesting. Who else is profit? Where are you, beggars? Get in here. Oh my gosh, guys, it's the coolest card of all time. Look at this thing. I'm so glad that somebody commissioned an animation and art for Savvy Huckster. I don't know if I fully expressed how much I love this card. Can you imagine? So, for Magic the Gathering art, it's like $10,000, I believe, is like the thrown around price for what it costs to paint a Magic the Gathering painting, another competitive card game. And so let's say this gorgeous, animated, beautiful thing costs like $15,000. You gotta animate it, right? Or maybe it's 10,000. We'll do 10. We'll do 10. Aren't you glad that this great animation, this interesting character, is a 4 for 4 that profits 1, damages by 1, and bonded increases the profit and damage by 1? Aren't you so happy that they did that? And look at this human, right? Human. I'm so grateful. They can join the bold ranks of cards like Oxford Naturalist. Ooh, baby. Talk about a backbreaker. Let me go ahead and let's just give me a moment. We're sidetracking from this deck. Let me try to fully express how much I love cards that just have the human tag. What other cards are great? No, Syndicate only. Syndicate only. We'll give it a fighting chance. What are some other ones? No. So it's joining Fizztech. Fizztech is like the only human, I swear. Like the pure human that makes some sense. It's just a drug dealer. Oh yeah, Wretched Addict. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so glad that they encouraged and they created an engine that requires me to poison it to go +1 a turn. Because I have to go out of my way to play another card that gives it a negative benefit most of the time, unless it's called Gellert. And if I'm running the Nilfgaard and Ball is popular, I just lose the game. Anyways. Look. If anyone is watching this, I get it. Sometimes you run out of time to make a cool card, and it's okay. But like, at least give it a gang tag, man. At least put Firesworn or anything, literally anything. Make its own gang. Make it human, huckster. Just make it have something. You can literally just make it huckster. I would actually appreciate it. CDPR, I would love you. Right now, everyone's here at this point. Most people drop off the video. We're down to like the last 20 to 30% of people who clicked on this video. So if you're here, I already know you're stuck. I already know you're in it for the long haul. It's actually really funny. Tangent off the tangent before I get back to the original tangent. Before I go back to what I'm actually doing, which is building a jackpot deck. There is at the start for the first like 1 minute of the video. Now I look like a snowman. Christmas is coming. Fine camera. White bounce. Hey, white bounce. Now, I swear, I look like I've been like dyeing my face in bleach. Like that's just full blown dunking it in like a vat of bleach. All right. Look, I'm white, but I'm not that white, man. Come on, log attack. Anyways, so fun facts about YouTube videos. For the first like minute, I'm gonna lose like about 40% of the audience, and then there's gonna be usually, especially if it's like a game video, there's gonna be another significant drop off, like after like 2 more minutes, and then another one after the first game, whatever the VOD is, the first game finishes. But for those people, yes you, and I know it's you. For the people that stick around after 2 games or 10 minutes into a video, At that point, all the bleeding stops. Every one of you wonderful people, stay around for the whole thing. So I have found that the more I can more casual and interesting stuff towards the end of the videos. I can also put games that like were weird or where I'm like waking up and I don't really know what I'm doing with the deck. I can put those towards the end because you appreciate it, people. I don't know what you love so much. Actually, it's a lie. I hope it's me. Shallow. You can indulge my shallowness, but you love it. So I know this tangent on a tangent. Before I get back to actually building the deck, you guys stuck with it the whole way, and I love you guys for it. Don't leave a comment about that below. We'll keep it our secret, okay? You stuck there. Like, no, normally I'm supposed to shill, be like, please put a comment for engagement, hit that like button, but like, it's our secret, right? Conversation never happened. Not saying I like you a little bit better than the rest of the people that watch the videos, but our secret? Our secret. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the fact that this should be a huckster tag. That's right. Do you guys remember the original tangent? That's right. That somebody spent probably $10,000 in programmer's time and artist time to create this thing, and it's just there, providing no value to the game. Like, literally, please. I would have thought this card would be cool if I was a fee ability where I could pay a coin and deal damage. So it's like I'm buying a stone from the Savvy Huckster and throwing it at something, but I must be wrong. Moving along. What were we doing? Ah, yes, we're building the most boring deck in the world. You know what? Your profit. Give me a Slander. Is there any other bounty profit cards? Heck yeah, there are. Actually, there are a couple. Sweet. Okay, let's search the word bounty now. What a weird deck I've got. You're a bounty card. Yeah. Sure. What are we at? All right. We overkilled. And I'm missing Roland. Moved on. And I'm sure I'm sure I messed up like 17 Tiger's Eyes and other things I'm supposed to put in. Yeah, but who cares? It'll be fine. I'll be fine. Well, I'm not going the mink route if we're going this bounty route. And this bounty route seems pretty sick. Kurt, you're out. Sorry. I think if I kick Kurt... Oh, I'm short by 1 provision. It's fine. We'll figure it out. If I type in bounty again, what's the bottom portion look like? 2 vigilantes makes sense to me because I'm kind of running out of provisions. So guess what? You're making it. Congratulations. I wish I could tell you it's because anything was good in the world. It's not. You know what? We're adding the poison package. That way, if I brick on the... Roland, at least I can do something with the salamander. And now we're at what I feared. 13. Tight amount of provisions to work with. We're not dealing with the good stuff. We're dealing with like YOLO. Now what do we do here? I can't run it all, but I'm gonna pretend I can, and we're gonna save it. We're not gonna do that. I think. I don't really like this decision. I don't like this decision. But it really hurts my soul. But it's right to do. You have profit. You get place bounties. Now we're at 4. Put 2 Witch Hunter. You know what? It's beautiful. No, boo. Think how cool this would be. I need Jock. I do need a spender. I need an 8 to be cut, though. It's gonna be Caleb. Nah, it's gonna be the Brute. We're at what, 13 here? Scoundrel. Boo. 1 Purge out, 2 4s. What are the... Oh, man, I didn't even add, like, the most important card in Syndicate crap. We're by a lot now. I need 2 4s. Tip of the Pontars, I actually think are underrated still. They're very, very good, and people just sleep on them. I mean, we could just draw everything correct, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm always lucky. We don't need things like... Yeah, they are underrated, but I wonder if I just put in the poison package here. It's literally right there, John. And like 1. Jackpot bounty? Let's see how this goes. Maybe the Brute is right for this deck because we can kind of jack up his profit to be insane with Siggy. Can you imagine triggering it all in like one turn, triggering like 20 profit? That'd be pretty hot. That'd be pretty darn hot in my book. This is like a way to build off. I wonder if Graydon's wrong. But I kind of like where this is going. It's just kind of delusional. Kind of a delusional deck. But it's neat. Alright. It's been like 50 minutes. I made a ton of decks for the week. So we'll go play all those. I just played that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm literally going to put out a two-part video on Griffin Witchers tomorrow. It's going to be great. Like a 10 out of 10. They were so much fun. They literally took me... I forgot what meme Northern Realm deck I was trying. From meme territory, it caught me all the way up. I think we ended just under 2,400. Which means we're about where everyone starts. But we crushed through the first meme territory. We crushed through the... I don't know how to play meta decks very well territory as well as competitive meme territory. And we're right at the point where I bet if I kept going with it and really got serious about it, I bet I could get into the people that are playing meta, intentionally play meta, and play meta well. It's just the current meta does not have a lot of removal. And unless you're trying to tech specifically against meditating mages or you're playing Skellige and you're not playing Weather. But Weather's far better on the ladder as a whole than something like the Opens, Reckless Flurry, Punish decks. What I kept finding is like Griffin Witchers, they stuck. And I've played multiple Spring Equinoxes for 18 points apiece and they were beautiful. Guys, playing this for 18 points, purify all units on a row, is the funniest thing in the world. I promise you, watching somebody die to this is beautiful. It's the stuff. It's the stuff. Alright, well, we're kind of towards the end of the video. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. We ended up making 9 decks. And with cheating a little bit, because it took 2 Germs decks and customized them. It's close enough. It's been like a 50-minute deck building extravaganza. And kind of foreshadows the entire week. So if you want to see a magic trick, check this out. Check this out. We'll end the video. So people often complain that they don't get legendaries in kegs, but there's actually a trick you can do. You rub Shoop's head. Just rub it and be kind. Click on your keg. You click open, and boom, legendary in the keg. Imagine how cool and crazy it would be if that actually worked. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I love all of you. You should all. If you made it this far, leave a comment in the video and just talk about how ridiculous that keg opening trick is. But that is worth letting everybody know about. And if you see other people down below with that comment, hit that thumbs up on those comments. Make sure everybody knows that at the end there's this insane keg opening. And let them enjoy what you just enjoyed. Anyways, I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want more of these kind of crazy deck building videos. And even though it foreshadows some of the decks that will probably make it their way to YouTube, because some of those decks are going to work out really well. Some of them will die in the abyss, also known as decks that are so bad they're not even worth sharing. But who knows? We'll see. Love all of you. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Shoutouts to McRandar, Pseudonym 81, and Ahmed Ali for all their unbelievably generous support on the Patreon. That's right, the Patreon. Have you heard about the Patreon? I hope you have, because it's fantastic. Also, you know what? I'm going to plug another thing. Why not? It's the end. I have 20 seconds to do so. Plain Talk Money AMA is happening for the first time ever, and hopefully not the last time, this Friday. So check out the YouTube community on Plain Talk John. There's a link there to go ahead and submit questions. On top of that, you can also, if you're on Patreon, you have a special link only for patrons that will get you priority access to the AMA in terms of having your questions answered. Love all of you. Take care.